All right, now let's look at an example engagement series. Now, one of our favorite engagement series templates is the Gain Logic Fear campaign. And the reason it's called Gain Logic Fear is that these are the three reasons that people buy. They buy for gain, they buy because logically, after doing all their research, they've determined that your solution is the best, and they buy out of fear, typically fear of loss, fear of missing out on a good deal, fear of their circumstances not changing, things like that. So this gain logic fear, when stacked on top of one another, can be a very, very compelling engagement series, and can be really effective at getting someone to move from a lead, from a prospect, into a customer. This is particularly effective at selling tripwires. So after somebody opts in for a lead magnet, if they don't immediately purchase the tripwire, then deploying a gain logic fear campaign can be very, very, very effective at getting them to buy that, that tripwire. So the way that it works is email number one, like we said, this is the gain email. So this would go out one day after the initial opt-in. So they've opted in. If they're a brand new lead, then they're going to go through the indoctrination sequence, get the perfect welcome mail. Obviously, immediately after opting in, they're also going to get the lead magnet welcome mail, which is just, hey, here's the thing that you opted in for, right? Or the thing that you signed up for is going to be arriving on this date. So that needs to go out immediately. So the next day, though, so they opted in yesterday, still haven't bought, that's when they're going to get this email. We've got some sample subject lines here that are just kind of generic. They're there really to kind of generate more curiosity. This one here seems silly, but it's actually been pretty effective. But if this isn't appropriate for your brand, then certainly you don't use that. This one right here is probably the one we see the most. Did you see this? Especially if you made a thank you page offer. So yesterday you requested my insert lead magnet title, and I just wanted to check back and see if you had a chance to read it or watch it yet. So what we're doing, and we do this with all engagement series. This is critical, okay? Anytime you're crafting an engagement series, you always want to reference the previous action, the previous positive action that they took. And in this case, the previous action that they took was to opt in, was to request a lead magnet. So you're reminding them why they're getting this email. Look, you're getting this email because you signed up for this thing over here, okay? So I want to check in, see if you had a chance to read or watch it. More importantly, I want to make sure you saw this. And then you link off to your sales page. Pretty simple, right? You're referencing the previous. I want to make sure you saw this. We've got an early on link. If you're really serious about, and then again, we're speaking to that known desired end result, which we talked about how to determine someone's known desired end result from the before and after exercise. Remember that one? Way back in the beginning when we were determining product market fit. So if you're really serious about having this desired end result, then this is the ideal first step. So you're basically telling them, look, if you want this benefit, gain, right? If you want this benefit, gain, then you need to buy this, okay? So get it now while you can. This price won't be available much longer, so grab your copy while it's still fresh in your mind. Now, if this isn't true, don't say it. Hopefully that goes without saying. Really, really, really simple mail. It's not designed to be, throat grabbing, hard hitting, anything like that. It's simply designed to remind them of the big gain, of the big benefit that they want, and also connect the dot between you already started. Remember, you already requested this. This is your next step, right? This is the next step if you want this. So you started with this. I know you want it. This is your next step if you want this desired end result. That is gain. All right. Now, obviously, if they're going to buy, then like we talked about, previously, they're going to go on into an ascension series. But what if they don't buy? Now we want to try to hit them with a logical argument. So the next day, we're going to come out a little logical. Now, this is a pretty aggressive opening. You don't have to be this aggressive if you don't want to, but call me crazy, but, and also this one, really? This one's oddly effective. And then, frankly, I'm a little surprised. If you want to be more direct and head on, you can. We included these generic ones if you're stuck. So, call me crazy, but I'm a little surprised you still haven't taken me up on this. Now, if you want to soften this, you can take out the call me crazy and say, hey, it's me again, and I'm a little surprised you still haven't taken me up on this. So the call me crazy will get some people saying, I am going to call you crazy. Don't talk to me like that. So if you're worried about that, then you could take that off. It is very effective, though. So call me crazy, but I'm a little surprised you still haven't taken me up on this. And then again, link to the Tripwire sales page. If you really want to, and now we're hearkening back to the desired end result, and I'm guessing you do or you wouldn't have even visited my site, then this is the ideal first step. So we're making a logical argument. I know you want this, and I know you know it because you wouldn't have even visited my site, much less opted in and requested a lead magnet, right? So I know you want it. You know I know you want it. Logically, this is the next step. Remember, not only will it get you specific benefit provided by the tripwire, but it will also give you the momentum you desperately need to achieve broad-based desired end result. So the broad-based desired end result that's the big picture, that's the statement of value, that's the big thing that they want. And then this specific benefit, that's the topical thing, right? That's the topical thing. So do it now before it gets lost in the shuffle of life. Talk soon. There we're making a logical argument. You already started the process. I know you want it. You know I want it. You know I know you want it. This is the next logical step. Go and do it. That's email number 2. Now, email number 3. And I do recommend, by the way, that these go one day after another. If you space them out, they're actually going to be less effective. If you want to maybe put a day in between them, you can do that because you're worried about mailing them too often. But I really wouldn't put more than 24 hours in between these. All right, so subject. We get last chance, bad news, you're about to miss out. All 3 of the subject lines are very effective when deploying just about any type of scarcity. Okay, now, when it comes to scarcity, you really have 2 options. If you have actual real scarcity, if the offer, if it was a temporary sale and the price is about to go up, or you're running out of stock and inventory if it's a physical product, or you're just going to pull a product off the market and put it back in the vault. Disney does that all the time with their, Disney DVD. You can buy this on Disney DVD before this date, or it goes back in the Disney vault, and you won't be able to buy it again for like 10 years, right? If you do that type of marketing, then you have true scarcity, and this simple email that you see here will be effective. Now, if you don't, I'm going to show you another way to work this where you can still deploy some type of fear of loss, some type of fear of missing out, but do it without having to, lie, frankly. Because a lot of people ask that, like, how do I use scarcity if there isn't scarcity? The answer is you don't. I'll show you how to do it. So if you do have real scarcity, though, you can tell them, last chance. You're about to miss out. Yep, this is pretty much your last chance to get this tripwire at this price on whatever the date is. The price is going up to whatever it's going up to, so you better get in now. Get it now because chances are you won't see it again at this price for quite some time. Good luck. Now, if you notice, all these emails are really, really short, and that is by design because they're designed to get the click. They're not designed to educate. They're not designed to inform. They're not designed to entertain. They are merely designed to get the click. All right, it is hey, this is about to go. If you oversell it in the email, you're not going to get the click and it's not going to work. So that is a fear-based. Really simple. Price is going up. Get it now or miss out. That's a fear-based if you have actual scarcity. And then you've got a little PS. Remember, not only will it get you, so in the PS, we're restating and kind of making that logical argument again, right? We're restating the benefit, kind of combining the logic and gain in a PS. So option 2, what if you don't have scarcity? Well, then you deploy or you resort to the passive aggressive. This is it. I'm done talking to you about this. Now, this seems a little bit silly, but this is actually very, very, very effective. And I'll tell you how I figured this out in just a second. But basically, the way it works is you tell someone, this is it. I'm done talking about this. For the last few days, I've been encouraging you to get in while you can. But now time is up. After today, you won't hear me talking about it any longer. So you're not saying that the price is going up. You're not saying that it's coming off the market. You're just telling them, I'm going to stop talking to you about it, right? So it's your last chance. Get it now or risk missing out completely, okay? And then we're going back and doing the same benefit pitch that we made before. But why does this work? Why does this work? Well, I discovered this method through 2 ways. The first way was through my wife, okay? One day my wife was telling me, you need to take out the trash, you need to take out the trash. Trash day is tomorrow. Don't forget to take out the trash. And all day, because trash day for us is on Monday, right? So we got to drag our trash can out to the curb, and then the trash truck comes along and picks it up. And if you don't have it out, if you don't put it out Sunday night, they come by at like 6:30 in the morning on Monday. So if you don't put it out Sunday night, they're not going to pick it up, and you're going to have to wait a week, and trash is going to overflow, and everything is terrible. So she's reminding me all day on Sunday, have you taken out the trash? No, I haven't. I'm going to do it in a little bit. Have you taken out the trash? No, I haven't. I'm going to do it in a little bit. And I just didn't want to. I was tired, right? I'm sure there's a football game on or something like that. And so finally she said to me, okay, this is the last time I'm going to remind you to take out the trash. But just know, if you forget, I'm going to be very upset with you. Now, I knew what that meant, right? I knew that if I didn't get up and do it right then and there, I was going to forget, and my wife was going to be mad at me, and unhappy wife, unhappy life. So I got up at that moment, even though, it wasn't 6:30, I still had lots of hours to take out the trash. But when she said, I'm not going to remind you about this anymore, I knew that was my chance. I had to get up. I had to do this thing. Around that same time, I got an email from an enterprise analytics solution. So we were looking at doing some enterprise analytics, and I signed up for a mailing list, and a very capable salesperson was following up with me, day after day, week after week. Let's schedule a demo. Let's do this. Well, I had already decided that I really wasn't interested in their solution. I had done some additional research on my own. I found another solution that was better and that was more appropriate, I should say, for what we were doing. So I'd already decided that I wasn't interested. But I didn't unsubscribe. I just, I was doing what most people do and just ignoring it, right? And so they were sending me, let's schedule. And then one day I got an email from them that said, basically this copy here, hey, this is it. If I don't hear back from you to schedule this demo, I'm just going to stop talking to you about it. The last thing I want to do is follow up with people who aren't interested. So, basically, if I don't hear back from you, this is it. I'm done. And when I saw that, even though I was not interested in it, I still had to pause and think, well, let me see. Do I need to do something about this? Do I need to make a decision? Should I consider this? Should I send the person an apology note explaining that I'm sorry I haven't followed up? Like, all these thoughts went through my mind, and then suddenly it hit me. He's telling me he's going to do exactly what I've wanted him to do this entire time, which is stop talking to me about this thing. I'm no longer interested in it, right? And yet, when it was put right before my face, okay, make a decision now, or I'm going to stop talking about it. When that was it, make the call now, I was forced to engage. I was forced to deal with it. So this type of scarcity isn't going to get people who aren't interested. And that's fine. We don't want to sell people who aren't interested in what it is that we have to offer. We don't want to sell to those people. They're just going to wind up being refunders, and they're going to be a customer support nightmare. So we don't want those people. Who we want are the people like me. The people who know they should take out the trash. The people who are painfully aware of the fact that if they don't take out the trash now, that they're probably going to forget. That they need to take out the trash because the trash stinks. That if they don't take out the trash, their wife is going to be furious with them. Okay? All of these things, like, I know. I don't need to be sold on the idea that I should take out the trash. I just needed my wife to make it very clear, okay, look, do it now because I'm going to stop reminding you. And that's what quite literally got me off the couch. Okay? This close right here, this is it. I'm done talking to you about this. I've been encouraging you to get it while you can, but after today, you won't hear me talking about it any longer. This causes a decision to be made. Okay? And if they're ready, and if you've done a good job, and certainly if you do a good enough job selling it on your sales page, then they're going to be ready to take the action that you want. I should say. They're going to be ready to take the action that you want them to take. And if they are not ready yet, then they won't take that action, and that's okay. Okay? That's okay. That's fine. You get them back on your segmentation. You talk to them about some other stuff. So this is a simple, this is a simple 3-day engagement series. If you want to extend, you could extend by sending out surveys. Certainly, if you're going to tell them that you're going to stop talking about it, then you should stop talking about this particular tripwire. But there's nothing saying that you can't now start talking to them about your core offer, or you can't invite them to a webinar, or have them call you, or ask them, love to know since you signed up for this, why did you do it? You could maybe send them a survey, right? So you can extend it through that and through those campaigns. But this is a simple, 3-part engagement series that will work for just about any offer, online, offline, digital product, physical product, and it works because it taps in to the 3 reasons that people buy: gain, logic, and fear. If you remember that combination, gain, logic, and fear, your engagement series will always be effective.